worst ways to wake up.
On your feet. We're compromised stem to stern. Covenant boarding parties are cutting through the lower decks 15 minutes before they reach the core. Where's command?
Dead. Captain's dead, bridge crew is dead. You and I are what's left of a functional response. You don't look confused enough for someone who just woke up mid-battle.
Should I be?
Most soldiers would be.
Point me toward the problem. Follow me, and stay close. The Covenants aren't taking prisoners tonight. They're taking the ship. I'm Saren Thal, Senior Strike Commander, 7th Accord Fleet.
Kael Voss.
I know who you are. You were assigned to this vessel under direct order of the Solari High Council. No explanation given, no rank filed, just a name and a bunk. That bothers me.
Does it need to bother you right now? Where did you serve? I don't entirely remember.
That's not an answer.
No, it isn't.
Commander! The starboard escape pods are still alive, but the Covenant has a boarding column between us and the bay.
How many?
8, 10! They keep cycling in from the breach hole! Osha, they're not trying to take the ship, sir. They're hurting us, pushing us towards the stern.
They're looking for someone. A boarding action this precise, this fast. They're not here for a warship. You said a member of the Solari Order was aboard?
Lyria Vane. Guardian of the Order. Yes.
And that's what they're after. If they capture her...
They won't. New plan. We fight through the starboard column, we reach the escape pods, we get Vane off this ship. You took that hit deliberately.
You're more useful alive.
You don't know that. You don't know me.
I know you're the only person on this ship who knows where we're going. That makes you mission critical.
Commander Tar, you're alive.
Barely. We need to move. Escape pads now.
Who is this?
He was assigned to the ship, says his name is Voss.
Kael Voss.
You say my name like you've heard it before.
I'm sure many people have.
Get everyone to face it back away.
That thing isn't alone.
He's not here for the ship.
Do not engage.
Lyra.
I will take care of him.
How many on that ship?
212 crew, 48 Accord Wardens, one Solarian Guardian who made it out.
Was that Marek's fleet?
How do you know Marek's fleet signature?
I don't know.
Vox, I'm going to need you to eventually explain who you are, what you are. Because soldiers don't move like you move, and they don't know things they can't explain knowing.
When I figure it out, you'll be the first to know.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The resonance does not abandon what it has chosen. It only waits.
Okay, so obviously after checking out this episode, I'd had a lot of fun actually creating it. You know what I'm saying? I always used to think to myself, like, in terms of like lightsabers, I wondered why anybody could just take it and just use it, right? Especially like when we're watching the newer version, the ones with Rey, right? Especially when Finn grabs the lightsaber and starts using it. I thought they were going to go in that direction where they want to make Finn into a Jedi, but obviously they changed it and just made it like a regular dude. But if you're going to hold a lightsaber, if you're going to use it, then you got to be, have some force sensitivity. But in this particular instance, I kind of like change the force itself to calling it the infinite resonance, right? And this is, I guess, Revan's storyline, in my universe. So we're changing the fighting styles of the Jedi. We're making it more, unique, right? So they can actually obviously fly in the air and fight, in, mid-air, right? So I wanted to do that because I wanted to kind of like take it into like the, books jar, version, a downward version, saying that's why she has, the swords coming out of her. And I thought that was an, cool scene, great scene. So yeah, man, I just wanted to change the force powers a little bit. And obviously you can see I kind of like use telekinesis on some of the, Covenant Wardens and, pushes them on the wall or whatnot. So there's all these different things that you can kind of use this infinite resonant force. But it still has the same, architecture as, like the Force in Star Wars, right? But essentially what Star Wars is, if you understand, where George Lucas got this, we know that it's obviously chi or ki, depending on, I'm saying if you're Japanese or Chinese, right? So he took that concept and then he made it into the Force. So I'm taking that concept instead, making it a spirit force, which is resonant in, the entire Player's universe. So each civilization is going to call this spirit force or spirit energy into whatever they want to call it. Now, when it comes to this order, which obviously Revan is going to be in, which is similar to the Jedi Order, right? In this particular instance, they call it the infinite resonance, as I said, right? So making it a little bit different. And in this particular instance, well, they definitely going into like, say when it's in the Ender Spy, he doesn't remember himself. He's, trying to figure out like what, how he's able to move this way and how he knows this guy. So obviously I changed his name from Revan to Kael Voss. And I changed, Kapanasi to obviously Saben, right? Or Saren. So I was having issues when I was kind of like, using the name Saren because the AI was giving me a pushback saying that, okay, that's a copyrighted character. And the copyrighted character belongs to Mass Effect. So you can use any Mass Effect stuff in, I guess, and see that it will not let you do it. So you kind of have to change your name. Even like when it comes to the guy that's actually fighting, I'm saying this is similar to the Sith, Marauder, right? So I kind of like took that and then I called it like, a Crimson, Eclipse, Juggernaut, right? And the fact that I was using Juggernaut in there, it was not allowing me to generate, the generation. So it kicked me back because then it goes to Marvel. So you have to be very careful with, the names that you use in order to actually generate this. So they kind of like put a lot of guardrails, but there's still, things that you can kind of do, right? So obviously when it comes to the fight scenes, I made it a little bit long, just to kind of like have her show her techniques. And obviously this is Basila Shan, right? But I call it Lyria in this universe, So I changed everything else, and obviously the other characters that are in the pod with them when they go out of, the Ender Spire or whatever we're calling this ship here. They're just extra characters that just added into the thing. I took liberty with the script, changed a little bit. Like I said, I'm saying you can't do it the way that the game does, or did, because again, copyright infringement for one side, and then two, because you just click on the dialogue and having the response. So I'm not exactly going, scene for scene exactly like the game, or try to make it a little bit different. So obviously this fight did not happen in the game, right? There is, a SIP user that comes in, and then one of the, Republican soldiers goes and fights a SIP, and then, obviously Revan runs, and then he has to go hack some systems, and then he finds a pod, and then he gets out, right? So for the most part, I kept the storyline the same. Very fun process. Didn't have as much issues as my own personal, IP that I'm building, saying in terms of like the rendering and everything else. But yeah, man, what you guys think about this episode? Do you want to see more of this? Did you like the direction? Do you hate the way the Force is used, or do you like this direction? Because I want to kind of use, give them like, the Force Unleashed, right? I wanted to give them those level of powers, like where they actually, push things a little bit further, right? So we're going to continue developing the storyline. Obviously, when he goes down, I think his terrace, that's where he's at, or whatever the planet that he lands. So we're going to take the story from there, continue, bringing this, AI action. I was about to say live action, but always sees AI action. Yeah, man. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.